Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another video for Fear of the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead universe. We're here to do our weekly Q&A. We're also going to talk about Madison Clark and do we think she will join one of the spin-offs and continue her character. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Walking Dead universe. And in today's video, we're back with another Walking Dead universe Q&A video for today. We're going to go through your comments. We're going to go through your questions for this week. Got a lot of really good comments from you guys. A lot of really cool talking points. So we're going to go into that. We got a few more weeks and then Daryl Dixon will be starting and then we'll be fully going into that show. I think literally it's like, yeah, less than a month now for AMC Plus subscribers. So pretty damn good. I'm very excited to see more Walking Dead content. Excited to see Daryl Dixon. Curious to see what Fear has for us as well in the fall, and, you know, it should be interesting. So, getting started with the first one for today comes from Hanzo Williams, who says, Dan, do you think that Madison, Kim Dickens, is going to be used in the franchise again at some other point, whether it's her own spinoff or in some other spinoff down the line? They would love to see Madison still used in the franchise in one way or another. So, yes, I do think that Kim Dickens will be used again in the franchise. I think Madison will be used again in the franchise. And shockingly enough, I actually don't think it's going to be all that long. I don't think we're going to have to wait all that long before they bring her back, to be honest. Now, yes, I think she's going to survive the second half. I think they are putting a lot of clips in those teasers to kind of freak people out. In particular, the scene where you see her with, like, the flare and stuff like that. And she's like leading walkers somewhere. They're putting scary things in the teasers to make people afraid, to make people watch the half season because people are afraid for Madison's life. You know what I mean? That's 100% why they're doing that. But in reality, no, I don't think Madison's going to die. As a matter of fact, I think they're going to use her for sure in this franchise again. Now, what show could you use her in? I don't know. And that's why I've more so been theorizing that I feel like they're going to give her her own spinoff. Because we know Scott Gimple, we know how much Gimple loves to do spinoffs, you know what I mean? So, I could see it. I could see a Madison spinoff going down, maybe with the help of Victor as the co-lead, you know? That would be kind of cool. I feel like that's one of the shows that's coming because, again, we've heard rumors that right now there are potential Fear spinoffs that are being set up, which would, you know, make a lot of sense, you know, seeing how there's so many characters in the show right now from the OG Fear that they definitely could use. Madison, Strand, Daniel, Troy Otto's coming back, you know what I mean? There are a lot of characters that they could use for further Walking Dead plots that are beyond this show, you know? And I could definitely see them making some sort of appearance. But I don't think Madison will be in like a Dead City or like a Daryl Dixon. I could see a scenario where she does run into Rick at some point. Although I don't think it would be the ones who live. So if that really is the end of Rick, okay, maybe not. But I feel like Madison will definitely have a purpose in this franchise after Fear of the Walking Dead ends. Yeah, I think they're going to use her again. I think they're going to have a lot of stuff with Madison. It's just a matter of, you know, how and when, you know what I mean? But I would like to hear your comments down below on how you think they could potentially use Madison for future developments and future storylines. Let me know in the comment section below because I'm actually curious to hear your guys' feedback on that as well. And do you think that Madison will be used in some way, shape, or form? You know what I mean? Because I think that'd be good. They just brought her back. They definitely could use her again in the franchise for sure. Absolutely. The next one comes from Kozil, who says that, Dan, maybe the reason why Troy Otto survived a hammer to the head is those drugs that guy was giving Nick and Troy in 314. It apparently says that it brings people back from the dead. You want to know the real reason why Troy Otto survived a hammer to the head? Because the writers are fucking idiots. That's why he survived a hammer to the head. I'm sorry. You want the honest truth? There it is. The writers are fucking stupid. And they literally, I don't even think they know how he survived. Actually, no, I know for a fact they didn't. They do not know how Troy survived. We don't know. They don't know. Nobody knows. Troy Otto died in that fucking dam. He died. He's dead. You know what I mean? So any of this is just stupidity. It's all it is. Troy Otto, in my headcanon, is dead. Now, unfortunately, in the Walking Dead canon, he's alive. But realistically, he would not survive that. He would not survive 2 hammer hits to the head and an exploding dam while he's unconscious. Either the 2 hits to the head would be enough to kill him, or the dam explosion would finish the fucking job. You know what I mean? So, no, the drugs that he took with Nick, in no way, shape, or form, would have helped him survive. There is no way. I'm sorry. It's like if somebody, slug a few beers back and then got a couple hits to the head with a friggin', hammer or something. You really think they'd be alive? No, they'd be dead. You know what I mean? It doesn't work that way. That's not how it works. Unfortunately, Fear the Walking Dead is a show where nothing works the way it's supposed to. So maybe you could make the argument that the drug did save him in Fear's logic. But in my head, in my logic at least, and in normal human being logic, he would not survive. I'm sorry. He would not survive. He would be dead, dead, and that would be the end of that. The next one comes from the Filming Daniel, who says, the Dan, fear question for you here. What do you think is worse? Because of the writing and because of recent villains in the Walking Dead universe, in particular in Fear, what do you think is worse? The Strand Tower villain arc or the Padre stealing kids arc? Easily the Padre arc. You're going to call me nuts on that one? I would easily say Padre is worse because Padre, to me at least, has no charisma. The motives are completely out of whack. The acting from Shrike and Crane was actually cringy as all get out. Like, no offense to those actors, but they were not good. I don't like to pick on the actors because, it gets a bit more, personal at that point. It just wasn't the right role for them. I'm sorry. It wasn't the right role. Their acting was not believable whatsoever. I'm going to chuck Dove in there, too. I don't think Dove was any good either. Unfortunately, she's still in the show, too. Padre was not good. Their motives were bad. They were constantly interrupting good plots like the King County arc from Morgan. They messed up a character like Madison. They really, really hammered down on Padre and their motives. The flashbacks were terrible. The death of their father was bad. None of it made any sense. Like, literally, and this is how you know it's bad. Literally, the zombie father, the Shrike and Crane's father, literally was walking around in swamps for 12 fucking years, yet he was perfectly uniformed still and had the fucking, what was it, like the binoculars on him, strapped to him? Yeah, after 12 years of roaming around, get the fuck out of here. That's fucking ridiculous. But my point being, that group was awful. At least with Victor Strand and the Tower. Now, mind you, I do not like the Victor Strand and the Tower arc either. I think that arc is absolutely horrible. But at least Coleman Domingo performs a very believable performance. Coleman Domingo is a powerhouse actor. He is a phenomenal actor. Even in putting him in bad writing, you can still make Victor Strand entertaining. And they did for a lot of stuff, And I actually think that Victor Strand's villain arc in 701, 703, some of these episodes here, was actually a good premise. I actually like the beginning of Strand's villain arc. Call me crazy. The only time I didn't like it was around the mid-season point. And then when he started, like, stealing the kids and stuff, that's when I was like, okay, what the fuck are you doing to Strand? But before that, I actually really enjoyed the Victor Strand villain arc. I know that might sound crazy to some people, but until he started taking Mo from Morgan and started becoming obsessed with babies, I liked it. I really did. I liked what they were doing with Victor. It just, after a while, it became weird. It didn't make any sense, etc., etc. So, yeah, Strand and the Tower, as bad as it got, it's a hell of a lot better than Padre ever could be. Next one comes from User, who says that, Dan, I'm a little bit confused on the Carol scenes in the Daryl Dixon series. How in the world did Carol find her way all the way to France, conveniently exactly where Daryl is? Also, do you think that maybe the reason why it's so convenient that Carol finds Daryl in France is because maybe she was actually on that shipping boat with Daryl when everything went down, and they actually were together, but they just got separated into different parts of France. So maybe she actually was with Daryl. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't agree more about it being convenient and unrealistic that Carol would make it to France. Now, here's the thing about it. We haven't seen it yet, so without seeing it, I can't judge it completely, right? Now, based off of what I'm seeing, it appears like Carol conveniently makes it to France as well too. And if you guys haven't seen the photos, apparently she has Daryl's bike and dog and his crossbow, okay? So she's got like everything, right? And I'm pretty damn sure that that would not happen because the dog was left back at Alexandria, so clearly Judith didn't do her fucking job. Not to mention, I'm not really sure how that would make sense because Daryl went off on his own at the end of The Walking Dead. Now, mind you, maybe Carol went with him to check and see how he was doing. They got on a big shipping boat, and they both were sent out to different parts of France, but it was close enough, That could happen. That is a slight possibility. But is it convenient that she finds him in France? Is it convenient that she has his bike and his crossbow and dog and all that? Yeah, it is. I'm honestly and impressed that she managed to get all that stuff with her and get it all the way to Daryl. So unless we see something that makes it make sense, which I hope we do, yes, it is a horrible, convenient, weird moment already, I can say. But again, without seeing it, I'm not going to jump to conclusions yet. Although based off of initial thoughts, just based off of seeing the photos on set, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like any bit of it. I don't think it makes any sense. To be honest, I think, and to answer your question, I think she was just chilling in the U.S. and she just somehow got in there, you know? Which is going to be ridiculous if they do that. Now, the final one comes from Thomas, who says, Dan, I did notice in The Walking Dead World Beyond how CRM has an outpost in New York, because they were going to New York to save their father, if you don't recall. So, Dan, do you think that maybe in Dead City we will have some sort of CRM and, you know, Negan connection, and they will butt heads at some point? Maybe connecting the ones who live with Dead City, if the timelines connect, or something like that. I would love it. I would love it. As I've said before, I would love that idea. I think that CRM connecting with New York is definitely something that they'll probably do, because I know that they want to connect the shows more so at some point, so they'll probably find a way to connect those two things. My biggest curiosity is Rick going to see Negan in charge of New York. I mean, that, if they line up the timelines correctly, they could do it, and I think that would be a phenomenal plot that they could do. That would be a really, really cool storyline, but we'll have to see. But yes, I do think they will connect. I think that's being set up on purpose. I do. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think about Dead City connecting to CRM? Daryl Dixon, how did Carol get to France? Let me know your predictions on that. Do you think they're going to use Madison more in the franchise again? Let me know your thoughts on all these questions in the comment section below. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoy this video, make sure to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any other videos of The Walking Dead universe. Make sure to follow me on Dan's The Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And of course, I will see you guys really soon for more videos of The Walking Dead universe. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.